Hey, so here's the new movie with Dwayne Johnson in it, Fighting with My Family. And you can tell it's an original. They pretty much tell you what you're getting from the whole movie in four really good words. The whole idea is really good with a tagline, a comedy about a family that fights a little differently. Right away, I like it. You got these wrestlers, and we get to see them fight, and you know it's going to be funny. And you can probably guess that if Vince Vaughn's gonna join a small original movie, that it's gotta be good. And the same with Dwayne Johnson. And it's based off a true story about a girl, Soraya Beavis, or just Paige, who grew up in a house of wrestlers and went to win the WWE Divas Championship in 2014. And she beat her brother by getting signed at tryouts. She's Paige because she had to rebrand herself as Paige when she came to America from England. There's a lot of funny stuff, like the part where the English guy takes the call from The Rock, and The Rock tells him who he is, and he says, "Yeah, and I'm Vin Diesel, mate." The family's hilarious and probably one of the best parts in the movie. Obviously, this seems like a movie for today with the girl at the front beating everyone. There seems to be a hot market right now for girl-led movies, and this movie's a perfect fit. It comes to mind because I can't remember ever seeing a wrestling movie about a girl. So this is making a big statement. It's definitely good for the WWE too. I just have this feeling it all seems like a master made this movie. And sure enough, Stephen Merchant writes and directs it. And if you don't know who he is, he's one of the guys who made the TV show The Office. I'm not surprised. It looks like he's seen the trend with girl-led movies and exploited it like a genius to get this made. This is stuff that's selling today. And that same character work that he knows, he's brought to this movie. So you know it's well made. There's really good acting too here with good chemistry. The main thing here is Soraya's who she is and she goes after what she wants. And it's an inspiring story. There's some cool cameos and everyone seems like a real wrestler, which isn't always easy for actors. Some downsides are just some flat parts to the story. The brother only ends up missing out on wrestling and doesn't do much more than that. And it feels like she made it big too quick, and it wasn't challenging enough to seem like a really big deal at the end. So here's some fun stuff. I actually found out it's based off a documentary in 2012 called The Wrestlers, Fighting with My Family. So if you want to see more, you can check it out. Dwayne Johnson apparently said he called Steven to make this movie because he's from England and the girl's from Norwich. And Steven's actually in the movie for a few scenes, being the straight man, which is the guy who sets up jokes. Dwayne actually said the studios didn't want to do this because it was about wrestling and it was about like a small British family from a small town in England who weren't famous. So in other words, not easy to make money on. He got turned down by everybody, even with his reputation. So how did he get it made? And who paid for it? He had to go out of his way with his own production company to do it. He got Kevin Misher, who produced his 2002 movie Scorpion King, and a British investor from The Favourite. They made it on a budget of a little more than $10 million. It's a fairly high-risk movie too because it's hard to say how many people watch it, or if it's an Avengers movie, you know a lot of people watch it. We'll have to see what happens. Like I said, this is all really good for the WWE. It seems like Dwayne Johnson's giving back to where he came from, and he made the WWE look better with a little help from the master Stephen Merchant. This is probably a really good family movie that people can have fun watching. Just don't expect too much from it, as it doesn't seem like there's really a lot to work with from the true story. But it stays true to the story and works wonders with all the funny parts and things. No matter what, this is a well-made movie. I have to give it a like. What do you think? Leave your comments below. Check out my other videos and subscribe.